Making the invisible visible, Black women 365 days of the year. Each day will spotlight a remarkable woman whose story has shaped Black, British or global diasporic history. Women whose achievements are too often overlooked. Through these daily short films, we create a living, breathing archive of leadership, creativity, resistance and legacy. Let's begin.
So my name is Ioney Smallhorne. I am a poet, a writer, an educator and performer. I'm of Jamaican heritage. I am inspired by the Caribbean region as a whole, and I have many curiosities around diasporic lives. And by that, I mean how we continue traditions, what we choose to let go of, what we choose to keep. But I'm really interested in dismantling the monolithic story of Caribbean lives. And as an educator, I teach English language to young people who didn't get the grades the first time round. Teaching for me, every time I go in the classroom, every time I write, it's a very political act, intentionally so. I'm pushing back against the norms. I feel as I'm pushing back against the norms. You know, being a Black neurodivergent, working class, daughter of an immigrant, the fact that I'm teaching young people English is a political act for me, and I'm very aware and proud of that as well. So I'm currently working on a novel in verse for Key Stage 2 readers. So that's like 9 to 11-year-olds, but I'm hoping that it will resonate with the parents and guardians of those people as well. And that story, it pivots around lots of my interests actually. Caribbean folklore, nature, but also it's rooted in a very current situation of the climate crisis and how that impacts Caribbean lives. And it's a fictitious island where a hurricane hits and a young girl becomes a climate refugee in England. So I'm spending a lot of time researching Caribbean environments and how the industrial activity of the global north impacts the global south. But I'm also interested in Indigenous beliefs in weather systems and nature and how we can use them to heal ourselves and the land. It comes with positives and huge negatives equally, which I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for both. This is what I've learned about life and balance. So my undergrad was in TV production, and my original horizon was filmmaking. That's where I wanted to go into, and I still do. I'm interested in storytelling. I managed to build this really strong show reel of experiences, of work. I lived in London. I was struggling to pay for everything, but I still managed to work on lots of free projects. But I really struggled to find a job. So I was getting really down about how I couldn't enter the industry. So I scraped together the little money I had, emptied my bank account, and I went to Jamaica by myself. And it was supposed to be for a 3-week holiday. I ended up staying 2.5 years. I found a job in a TV station quite instantly, really. And it was really a brave move. My family and friends thought I was crazy, like how you moved to Jamaica by yourself. I did it, and I was really proud of that. But on the other hand of that, the second year I was there, I had an equally tragic experience. I was involved in quite a dangerous relationship, and my life took a serious turn, and I had to leave Jamaica under quite dramatic circumstances. And that wasn't the end of it. Like 3 to 4 years after that, I was being stalked. It affected my ability to sleep, my self-esteem. It affected my ability to trust people, to talk to people, to leave my house. It made me question everything about who I am. It was a really dark moment in my life, but it taught me about who I am. It helped shape me. The darkness helped to shape light, and the light helped the shadows to shift. And I'm very grateful for that experience. Another thing people probably don't know is that I find text and reading a struggle. Like, I was probably the slowest in my class to learn to read, while everyone else was on like the red label books. I was on the very first ones. And people might think, you're an English teacher and you use words. I'm like, yeah, and it's a struggle. But in the same breath, I will say that working with words and language and poems and stories is what I use to question and understand myself as well. So it's a constant battle. I don't know why I do it to myself. I probably should just, I don't know, do something else. But I can't. So I tried stopping and I just can't. It's a part of who I am. That's what I figured out. So if you see me reciting a poem or performing or read some of my work somewhere, know that there's been a battle there. One that I maybe, that's wrong with me, enjoyed, but that I've overcome. One that I've overcome to produce that piece of work. Yeah. I need to develop this part. I probably don't celebrate my small wins as much as I should. And I've recently discovered this is a part of my neurodivergence, because my mind is moving so fast that you can't stop to think, oh, that was a win. Like, no, but the goal is over there, Ioney, so you need to keep going. And maybe a symptom of fractured Caribbean families where we haven't got time to hold our head up and take a breath and go, oh, this is beautiful here. We haven't got time. We've got to keep grinding, keep hustling. But something I'm learning to do, and it's something that I find having a community of friends, close circle people who I trust, they often celebrate me. They often say, I but you did that and that was amazing. And I'm like, oh yeah, it was all right, wasn't it? Like, no, it was all right. So having trusted people around me, has helped me to celebrate the small wins. But I am working on celebrating me for me.
Thank you for joining us for today's story. Making the Invisible Visible is our commitment to ensuring that Black women's histories and contributions are recognised, valued and kept in daily circulation. Across 2026, we will continue to share these powerful narratives, 365 days of impact, brilliance and inspiration. Stay connected, join the conversation and help us champion the women whose journeys continue to shape our world. I'm Paulette Brooks and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next story.